Hey guys, so in this video I want to show you how I make Italian meringue buttercream. It's my favorite type of frosting. It's super simple and very stable. So for ingredients, all you're going to need are egg whites, sugar, and butter, plus a little bit of water, a pinch of salt, and some vanilla. And then as far as tools, you want to have a mixer set up near your stove because we're going to be cooking sugar syrup while we whisk egg whites. So egg whites into the bowl, and you want to make sure that bowl is really clean. I actually wiped it out with a little bit of vinegar. Throw your salt in there and then get that fitted with the whisk attachment. Turn your mixer on medium-low speed and let the egg whites start to whip up. Then in a medium-sized sauce pot, you can add your sugar. And then you're also going to go ahead and add your water. And then turn your burner on to about medium-high speed and get that sugar cooking. So at this point, it's kind of just a waiting game. You're going to monitor everything. Do not stir the sugar syrup once it starts boiling like this. I know it looks like the sugar is not dissolved, but it will dissolve on its own as it cooks. If you stir it, it will crystallize and you'll have a big mess. So after about 5 minutes or so, you can see it starting to dissolve. I'm going to start checking the temperature with my instant read thermometer. I think that's the most accurate. And the goal here is we're going to try to cook the syrup to 244 degrees Fahrenheit. So once it gets to about 230, I go ahead and turn the speed up on my mixer to high. I want to get those egg whites to stiff peaks by the time the syrup reaches the proper temperature. So just keeping an eye on things right now, getting close here. My egg whites, don't worry if your egg whites actually reach stiff peaks before your sugar syrup is done. You can always turn the mixer speed down. My sugar syrup is actually cooking a little bit faster than my egg whites are whipping, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down just a tad. And this part's kind of boring, but just be patient, it's worth it. Alright, so I'm very close here to 244, just gonna check real quick to make sure that I have stiff peaks over here with my egg whites. Looks good to go. Turn the mixer speed back up to medium-high. Turn the heat off on the syrup. Remember, it will carry over cooking a little bit, so you don't really want to get it past 244. And now very carefully, in a slow, steady stream, start to pour your syrup into the egg whites. And you actually, what you want to do here is make sure that that stream of syrup is kind of going right where the egg whites meet the side of the bowl. You don't want to hit the whisk at all. You can see here it's coming just on the edge of the bowl there. If you pour the syrup into the whisk, you might end up flinging syrup all over the place, and that is no good. So after you get the syrup all poured in, you're going to continue whisking for probably about 10 to 20 minutes until the meringue is completely cooled. And once it's cooled down to room temperature, then you can go ahead and start adding the butter. So you want to add it slowly, a tablespoon or two at a time, and just a little bit at a time until everything is incorporated here. At this point is where a lot of people have trouble with temperature. If your butter is too cold, it's going to kind of curdle up, or if the meringue or the butter are too hot, everything is going to melt. So temperature is really important here. Everything needs to be room temperature. Last thing, just go ahead and add in your vanilla. And then you're going to want to scrape down the sides of your bowl with a spatula. You want to make sure that you don't have any little bits of meringue or anything hanging out. You want everything to be evenly incorporated, and then keep mixing until it's all perfectly smooth. One last tip for you, after everything is evenly mixed, You can switch to a paddle attachment here. So I'm going to take off the whisk, and basically what the paddle does is it's going to beat out some of the bigger air bubbles that are in the frosting. The whisk puts a lot of air in. The paddle will smooth everything out and will help you get a much smoother coating when you're frosting your cake. And that's it. So just put the paddle on, let that run for a few minutes until everything's super smooth, and you have your Italian meringue buttercream. Full recipe link can be found in the description below, as well as some more troubleshooting facts in that blog post if you're having trouble with your buttercream. Thanks for watching.